Good morning, Miss Farhana binti Ismail. My name is Ungkan Cheng. I am from Group 3 and I have four members with me. First is Farah, second is Calvin, third is Danielson, last is Shukri. Our group assignment title is Macroeconomics Analysis with Turkey Focus. The focus country is Turkey. Now let us move to the introduction part.
My name is Calvin Luis Karin with matrix numbers of 99379. So first of all, Turkey is located between southeastern Europe and western Asia. That shapes its identity as the true crossroads of civilizations. From the ancient Hittites to the Grand Ottoman Empire, this land has been a melting pot of cultures for millennia. So the modern Republic of Turkey, founded in 1923 by the visionary Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, has continued this legacy of dynamism and diversity. Today, as a presidential republic and G20 member, Turkey has transformed from an agricultural economy into an industrial and service-based powerhouse. The key sectors such as manufacturing, agriculture, technology, and tourism drive its growth, with Istanbul serving as a major financial hub. However, like many emerging economies, Turkey faces challenges including inflation, unemployment, and external debts. With a population exceeding 84 million, Turkey is a tapestry of ethnic diversity, united by a strong focus on education and cultural preservation. This commitment is evident in its well-developed university system and 18 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. From its rich culinary tradition to its thriving arts scene, Turkey continues to captivate the world with its unique blend of tradition and modernity, making it a fascinating subject of study and pivotal player on the global stage.
Now I want to be identifying and describing a significant macroeconomic issue affecting Turkey is high inflation. First, issue identification. The primary macroeconomic issue I identified in Turkey is persistently high inflation. Inflation refers to the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, consequently eroding purchasing power. In Turkey's case, this inflation has reached alarming level in recent years. Next, I want to describe the question of the issue. First, scale of the problem. Turkey has been experiencing annual inflation rates in these double digits, sometimes exceeding 18%. This is significantly higher than the 2 until 3% rate typically considered healthy for developed economies. Next, about the duration. This isn't a short-term spike. Turkey has been grappling with high inflation for several years, indicating a chronic macroeconomic problem. In addition, comparison. To put this in perspective, Turkey's inflation rate is many times higher than those of its trading partners and other emerging markets. Next, causes several factors contribute to this high inflation. The factors have a four factor: unconventional monetary policy, second, significant depreciation of the Turkish lira, next, rising global energy and food prices, last but not least, political and economic uncertainties. Last but not least, volatility. The inflation rate has been higher volatile, making it difficult for businesses and consumers to plan for the future. For the overall, higher inflation stands out as a critical macroeconomic issue for Turkey. Its persistence, scale, and impact on the economy make it a central concern for policymakers, businesses, and citizens alike. Understanding this issue is crucial for comprehending Turkey's current economic challenges and the potential path forwards. That's all.
I will explain the policy response and macroeconomic principle. First policy is monetary policy. Turkey has faced significant economic hardship, including a high inflation, a depreciating currency lira, and a largest current account deficit. The Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey (CBRT) has employed monetary policy measures to particularly interest rate adjustment to stabilize the economy. In 2022, Turkey's inflation scored to 85.5%. This is driven by unconventional economy policy and global pressure. To combat this problem, the CBRT increased the interest rate from 88.5% to 45% by the end of 2023. The resulting in a reduced yet still high, but the interest rate already decreased to 64.8%. In parallel, the government has employed and measures to cut public government spending. Financial Minister and Vice President announced a series of cut spending, including reducing public sector hiring and limiting investment in major infrastructure projects. These efforts aims to rein in inflation and stabilize the economy's Turkey. Yet challenges persist due to ongoing high inflation and increased costs for households and businesses. Second policy is education policies. Education remains a cornerstone of Turkey's national strategy. The country boasts over 200 universities and a 97% primary school enrollment rate. The government's goal is to cultivate a skilled workforce capable of driving economic growth. Vocational education and training, VET, center play a crucial role by providing skill-based education, preparing students for careers in diverse sectors, and adjusting young youth unemployment rate. Despite their importance, many VET centers face challenges such as underfunding and outdated equipment. Improving the quality and reach of the dev center is essential to meet the growing demand for skilled labor. The last policy is social welfare policy. Turkey's social welfare system is designed to provide a high quality of life and promote social cohesion. The government placed a high priority on education and healthcare. Significant progress has been made, with compulsory education lasting 12 years and near universal health insurance coverage achieved by 2014. However, challenges remain, including demographic shift, financial pressure, and significant inequality. Income distribution in Turkey is amongst the most unequal in the OECD, with the top 30% of earners receiving nearly half of the total income. The government's Turkish social assistance program aims to support vulnerable groups, yet more comprehensive measures are needed to address poverty effectively. Now, let us move to the next part.
Next is application of macroeconomics principle. The first one is Turkey's fiscal policy is shaped by Keynesian economics, particularly the use of counter-cyclical measures to stabilize the economy. During economic downturns, the government increased public spending and reduced tax to stimulate demand, while during booms, it reduced spending and increased tax to prevent overheating. The Turkish government also employs principle of supply-side economics to enhance productivity and economic growth. This involves structural reform aimed at improving labor market flexibility, reducing regulatory burdens, and promoting competition. These reforms are guided by the endogenous growth theory, which emphasizes the role of innovation, human capital, and institutional quality in driving long-term economic growth. Next, to address unemployment and stimulate economic growth, Turkey employs counter-cyclical fiscal policies. During economic slowdowns, the government increases spending on infrastructure projects and social programs, providing a fiscal stimulus to boost aggregate demand. Conversely, during period of high growth, it implements fiscal consolidation to prevent inflationary pressure. This Keynesian approach helps smooth out economic cycle and maintain employment levels. Besides that, structural reform in Turkey are aimed at improving the business environment and changing labor market efficiency and fostering innovation. This reform align with supply-side economics and endogenous growth theory aimed to increase the productivity capacity of the economy. For instance, the government invests in education and vocational training to build human capital, promoting a more skilled and adaptable workforce. The next one, the CBRT's inflation targeting framework is central to its efforts to control inflation. By setting clear inflation targets and using interest rate policies to influence inflation expectation, the central bank aims to anchor price stability. This approach aligns with the Keynesian principle, which emphasizes the role of expectation in determining inflation outcomes. Last but not least, Turkey's macroeconomics policy are grounded in a mix of Keynesian, New Keynesian, and supply-side economic principle. By employing a combination of inflation targeting, counter-cyclical fiscal policy, structural reform, and managed exchange rate strategy, Turkish policymaker aims to address critical economic challenges such as inflation, unemployment, and long-term growth. These principles and models provide a framework to designing and implementing policies that promote economic stability and resilience in a dynamic global economy.
Hi, my name is Dinasan Anabudit and my metric number is 98732. So, I will make the conclusion for our group assignment. In conclusions, the key economic journey is one of both significant challenges and determined responses. The country has faced daunting obstacles from high inflation and unemployment to rising external debt. These issues, compounded by unorthodox and structural economic weaknesses, have tested Turkey's resilience. However, the nation has shown remarkable adaptability, implementing a range of policy responses, including a shift to more orthodox monetary approaches, investment in education and vocational training, and comprehensive social assistance programs. As Turkey moves forward, it must continue to balance short-term economic stimulation with long-term fiscal disciplines, address income inequality, and ensure the sustainability of the social welfare programs. The nation blend of Keynesian, New Keynesian, supply-side economic approaches reflect its commitments to promoting both stability and growth. Looking ahead, the effectiveness of this measure and Turkey's ability to adapt to rapidly changing economic conditions will be crucial. Turkey's economic future will depend on the capacity to navigate the complex interplay between economic challenges and global economic trends. As we've seen today, Turkey economy is one of resilience, adaptation and ongoing transformation in the face of formidable challenges.